And it's still watching Prime Morning. It's time for the big interview. Oh, my pillow is showing his face. I don't know why my pillow says hello. Maybe we are rapping together because today I'm in red lipstick. Anyway, like I said, you're still watching Prime Morning. And my name is Roslyn Feli. And anytime is a Wednesday, trust us to bring you the big interview. Now, today, my guest is a big man. He's coming all the way from Nigeria. And one day, he will be the president of Nigeria. Mark my words. I'm here with His Excellency, Professor Ayodele. I want you to take a look at his profile video because I don't want to do too much talking. The video will do the talking. And when we come back, we have a word with him.
Meet Professor Ayodele, Global Peace Ambassador, visionary leader, and two-time Nigerian presidential candidate. He's the founder and global executive chairman of Vision Afrique and a driving force behind international organizations like Aero and the Carpenter Foundation. A professor of management and global leadership, Professor Ayodele is a renowned African philosopher, entrepreneur, and certified counselor, championing bold ideas like common sense leadership and the ethicology of governance. With over 20 years of experience in global leadership, governance, and business, he's led international dialogues on peace, climate action, education, and gender equity, working with global leaders and grassroots communities alike. He's been honored globally, receiving the Nelson Mandela Nobel Prize, World Golden Eagle Award, and many more for his humanitarian impact. From boardrooms in Cambodia to classrooms in Rome, from grassroots in Africa to global stages, Professor Ayodele is redefining leadership for a new generation.
As he is redefining leadership for a new generation, he's a global peace ambassador. That hit me hard. Why do I say this? Without peace, you can't have a thriving country. And he's here today, hoping that one day he'll become the president of Nigeria. But I say it's not just a hope, but it will definitely come true. Good morning, His Excellency.
Good morning, madam.
How are you?
I'm fantastic.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming all the way from Nigeria to Ghana. How has it been so far? Nigeria, Ghana. We have a beautiful relationship, don't we?
Ghana Jollof, right?
Ghana Jollof, Nigeria Jollof. that battle will never end.
Actually, a friend of mine gave it to me here when I came, and it was fantastic. I'm happy to eat Ghana Jollof finally. But I have to give it to my dear, good, wonderful friend, Nana. Yeah, she has been amazing, fantastic woman in Ghana. I hope Ghana will treat her very well too.
I think Ghana, we are treating her well. She's looking good.
Oh, okay.
Ghana, you're looking good.
So I'm happy. And I also want to appreciate His Excellency, John, for having me here. And of course, your humble self, your stations, GH1 and the GBC and Joy's
Joy Prime,
and everybody, I want to say thank you. It's a very, very wonderful privilege for me to be here. And I'm enjoying. This is home for me.
Yeah.
Very good home.
This is home.
Yeah.
When was the last time you visited Ghana?
Oh, it's quite some time now, like about 2017.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I've been coming since 2007.
Okay.
2007 I was here. 2008 I was here. 2011 I was here. 2013 I was here. 2015 I was here. 2017 I was here.
Okay. What brought you in 2007 though?
7.
Yeah.
I came to play football.
I like that. I wanted to go into that.
I came to play football.
So
you
were a
2-1.
professional footballer?
Yes, I was a professional footballer. I was. I played in Cambodia. I played in their academy. I was once with Fly Eagle, Samsi Sasia, Ghana, Nigeria, 2004, 2005. I was almost part of the team, but because of my age, I just have to stay back and face what God has me to do.
Well, how old were you?
Right now?
No, then.
Then.
That didn't go through.
2004, I was 23.
Okay, so then, age had gotten to you,
exactly.
So you couldn't play. Okay.
Exactly. Now I'm 43, I'm about to be 44, by September 1st.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Do you get this reaction when you tell people your age, though?
Well, they seems not to believe. That,
Yeah.
oh, you look like 60 years with your words. You're talking.
You're deep.
Yeah, of course I am. And that is why I'm ego.
We like that.
Yeah.
And talking about that, a footballer, what has politics got to do with you?
Fantastic. I think you are the first person that will ask me that, from all the shows I've been attending. It's a very beautiful dealings and drilling part of my life. And I thank God that I went through football, sector and football arena. It prepared me. And the good side of it was that I was a goalkeeper, very fine goalkeeper. Of course, shall I stand for you so that you see how tall I am? So I'm very, very, and it has been a very amazing journey. Football defines life. Football defines nature. Football defines the world. As a matter of fact, is the only platform that unifies the world right now in an incredible manner. In fact, if I'm fighting you right now, I will get to go to football pitch, we become friends. And that is how it is. So if you look at it from that angle, and for me to be a goalkeeper, it was divine. It was a strategic. You defend your people from your opponent, scoring against you. You defend them. You make sure they are well managed. You speak to them. Goalkeeper directs the pace of the football. And that is why, and I want to quickly use this medium to let the club personnel and owners to consider goalkeeper to pay them well. Okay. Yeah, let them be paid well.
They are not paid well?
I don't think so. They rate striker people, the one that scores the goal, Yeah. But when you look at the goalkeeper point of view, they are the one actually managing the entire team. They are just like father and mother at the same time, carrying everybody upon their shoulders. When you see a goalkeeper, racing some balls over the bar, you say, oh, wow, that's a very powerful one. But nobody give credit to goalkeeper as such. But that is not where we're going. I have that particular aspect of my life to ensure the nation Africa is defended properly. People, starting from young, to individuals and to a nation and Africa and even the world, to ensure we have a very balanced life. I believe in peace. I believe in, joy, togetherness and everything. Thank God you're this thing. Yeah. So that is my belief. And it is in this perspective I grew up. I understand that life is simple and life should be well, addressed in a very better form, that we will all be happy. Right. And be fantastic. So what am I saying is that humanity is reason why I went through the football to politics.
Into politics. So how did politics start? Well,
I want to use medium as well to bless my mom, my wonderful mother, in person of Ayodele Caroline Faweyemi. If you look at Faweyemi precisely, you will see this kind of activism, this kind of politics, from the Ghanaian, So she was deep, very deep in politics. Okay. As a matter of fact, from that angle, I hate politics. Okay. I don't want, why? Because politics is, then it was just like my mom, the more my mom into it, the more she far from me. Okay. So I was not getting my mother. I need my mom. I know something. And then I was the only child, I was like, Mom, you are too far away. You are too far away. But thank God for my grandma, that took me like, oh, guy, don't worry. Just let your mommy, attend to issue of the nation and stuff. So I understood the politics from her, actually. But by the time I was not getting what I really wanted from my mom, I have to Mom, you have to stop. Now, this time around, I'm a grown-up guy. Stop. That was 2017, 28 February. Okay. I stopped my mom, 27, rather, sorry. I stopped my mom from active politics. And lo and behold, God just have to lay it heavily on me that same year. Because in my family, they know that favor is well reserved. In fact, talk of politics, I will be running to this side, and you are coming from this side, I'm running through. I just love my education and my football.
Okay.
And of course, God. I love God. Everything about
Everything is God.
is God for me. So I want to live a very godly life. I want to live a very pleasing, wonderful, cool, calm kind of, life. I want to impart lives in a very unconventional manner. That I want us to all be happy together. I love people. So.
Why are you not a pastor then?
Technically, I'm a child of God, and I believe I'm a servant of God as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and I led a series of churches, in abroad. I was there.
You've tried pastoring before?
Not that I've tried. I don't try things. Okay. I worked as a servant of God, in some, denomination, but one way or the other, I stopped because of life that needs to also be addressed and be managed in another conventional way by God. I don't know. At the time when I was deep in that football, and God stopped me, he said, "Stop now," because they wanted to actually nationalize me in Cambodia. Oh. Yes, I said no.
Was that good?
Yeah, I can. My people can testify that I was a very good goalkeeper. Okay. So in between that, I live a very simple life, private life. So coming back to politics, so I now discovered that, no, this is not right. Something was deep in my mom. She wanted to correct some kind of abnormalities. And so what is going on now is not funny anymore. So that was why I ventured into it. So when they heard that I am coming to politics, my mom shouted, "What? Do you want to kill yourself? Do you want to?" Because she actually had the first-hand knowledge of how politics is being played in Nigeria. I think Nigeria, they should give it to Nigeria, the craziest human beings that could ever live. They are very fantastic individuals. Yeah. However, so I told my mom, I told everybody, I said, "I'm sorry, you look at me from other perspective, but this time around, I'm a changed person. I have to address the nation. I have to, impart life in this arena." And I see, it was a very heavy, at the time, I was just like, "God, did I actually hear from you? Or what is going on?" And then the first...
So did you hear from God that you should go into politics?
Yes, God told me to go into politics.
Was it like a dream?
Vision, a very powerful vision that I may not be able to share, but I've shared it with a couple of friends and a couple of people. It's not something to jump into that, I want to be decent to it. No. As a matter of fact, I was not even thinking of anything cause difficulty or blockage or hindrance or anything. I was just being focused on what I was doing. Okay,
so the story you've told so far, beautiful story. Getting to know your mother was in politics, and somebody will say, then you grew up with silver spoon in your mouth.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Now, again, you are somebody who's been to school, you're a professor. You love God. You've, like you said, at a point in time, you were preaching in church and all of that. Then you go to politics. Somebody watching will say, is it not because of money that's why you went into politics? Because you've seen money, and so you didn't want the money to go away. And so, can I go back into politics and make the money?
It would be a very, very wrong motive. Actually, maybe to some people, that's how they go, and that's their way of life. That some people are called politicians. I am not. I call myself nation builder, and that is why my nickname is called the carpenter. And that has been my life. So money, I've rejected a lot of money. I've seen money. As a matter of fact, when I was in Cambodia, where I worked, a particular man was coming from US, and I was promised to be given a kind of huge amount of money to build the second phase of that company, Tuli Basak Restaurant. That's the name. You can go to Cambodia today and ask for favor. I worked there very briefly, and they said that, we have never employed anybody like this. I was the assistant general manager. And they called their friend. This guy is certified and okay, everything. They love him. We want you to come down, let him build the same structure of this and be the manager of that from scratch. So it's $1 million that, good money coming to me. Behold, they were to come and have meeting with me, let's say tomorrow, I left the country today because God told me. As a matter of fact, God said, go to Ghana and wait for me.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I heard God clearly when he told me in Cambodia, that was 2009, February, go to Ghana and wait for me. So I prayed to God. So when they were asking me to stay, to be given that money and build that particular company, I said no. I came back to Nigeria. Then from Nigeria, I came to Ghana. I waited on God for a couple of, days and weeks, and then I left. I haven't heard God another direction to go with. So it is not about money. As a matter of fact, when I was running the first time, some group of people wanted to offer me money.
This 2019?
2018. February also. 2018. I came out 2017 as independent presidential candidate, but it wasn't incorporated yet into Nigeria's system. That is our INEC constitution. We are not accepting independent candidature for now. However, we are trying to make that reform, to happen so that everybody can have whatever they want to go for. So, coming back to this wonderful story, and the man told me that they will offer me 10 billion naira. I was a young chap. You have all these solutions. We've never seen somebody like this, as young as this. I said, yes, I can do it. I was so bored. Yes, of course. And I believe I have the solution, in my hands to define Nigeria, and I'm going to do it. So the man said, we will give you. He named some group of individuals, and he said, 10 billion naira for a start. And we are going to give it to you today, sincerely.
Wow.
Today, that particular day. I said, okay. I was so excited. I wanted to go home and be celebrating. Oh, I'm seeing, supporters. But he said, with one condition. I said, what kind of condition? My dear sister, don't let me mention what he said. I backed out.
Tell us.
Well, it's something that is somehow a little bit personal. I may not be able to say something like that, but it wasn't something I want to go for. I said, because of power, I can't do this, I'm sorry. And he said, Ben, then there's no deal. I said, okay, so be it. So I went in alone with my money, alone, without borrowing any money from anybody. So that was 10 billion naira that's supposed to be given to me. Another one, I got a call from one of the international influencers and said, not Nigeria this time around, out there. They are offering me $50 million. But the guy came to me directly and I said, sir, this money is not right, but we want to give it to you because you need the money for the campaign. I said, okay, how much is it? 50 million. He said, you will fly to so country. They were true. They wanted to give it to me because I had made all this conversation.
Yeah.
And later on, I said, no, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that.
What condition did that one come with?
Nothing. Nothing. I will only pay maybe 5% for the facilitator. They want to give it to me. They want me to run because they love what I was projecting. They've searched about me. They've done their due diligence, and they said...
So why did you turn it down? I
turned it down because it's not right. I can't say because of politics, I want to gain something that is not right. My conscience, when we are to build a very beautiful house, it must have a beautiful foundation.
Right.
If your foundation is faulty, forget it. There's no amount of edifice going to be on it. It's going to collapse. It may not collapse on you physically, the collapse of what we talk about, but you will pay for it, your children will pay for it, your generation will pay for it, and you become one of the blacklisted individuals in the world, even if you were not. What about your conscience with God? As a matter of fact, that is what I thought of. I want to build a very great legacy for people of Nigeria. I want them to know that we can still have a true leader without dent.
Without dent.
Yes.
But don't you think that Africa politics is marred with money given? And so if you are going into politics, you might have to pay A, pay B, pay C for votes and all of that.
As I'm speaking to you now, people are hearing me out there. If they believe in me, they will come and support me genuinely. Okay. I believe in that. I love that. I want to see money that will be given to me voluntarily, willingly, wonderfully, without any kind of trace of element of illicit things. No, I don't want that. After that, I rejected another money, $60 million as well, from another country. And they were telling me all kind of faboos and stuff. I said, no. They have signed. In fact, they signed an agreement that if it happened that I ended up in the court or they caught me or something, that's agreement, that particular letter will not anyway be an indictment of me. That is to say, you can use this money for the project of Africa or for your project, whatever you want to use it for. They were willing to give it to me. But I see the source of it. I said, no. My dear sister, I will tell you this, it's shocking, but I am saying it with all pureness of my heart.
So you turned it down.
I turned it down. I turned $1 billion down. Yes, $1 billion. And God Almighty...
You felt it wasn't right.
It wasn't right.
Or you felt they'll come back for something...
Either they will come back or they will not come back. It wasn't right. The source was not right. I don't want to take that kind of... I want to sleep and be snoring. If I am also a snorer, I want to snore very well.
Do you think that's the reason why you are still not a president of Nigeria?
I don't think so. It may look like that. There is time for everything. And I did not come out to show that, oh, my face is here and I want to be one of the numbers. No. I just believe that it is the right time and right thing to do.
So when is the right time then?
I believe this is the right time. Every day is the right time. Now it depends on when God says amen to it. Because you are not the maker of yourself. All what God wants is for you to take a step and He will bless your step.
Okay.
So that is it.
Let me ask this. God revealed to you. Did He reveal to you that you'll be the president of Nigeria, or He just said go into politics?
No, He said I'm going to be president.
Fantastic.
He said I'm not.
Did He give you the year?
Well, that's what God will not show to anybody.
Okay.
It will tell you where you are going to, but it will not tell you how you will get there.
That's true.
So that is the point that I want people to understand. If God says you will become so... I wasn't not when I was in secondary school. I told myself, I believe God was as well, was with me then and is still with me now. And I said, I'm going to become ambassador. Then I was thinking about economy, ambassador of Nigeria, in another country, representing types of football, geography, because these are my beautiful courses that I did. And I said, I'm going to be an ambassador. I'm going to be an ambassador. Okay. I didn't know how it will come. But eventually, I am not just an ambassador of local organization. I'm an ambassador to the United Nations. Peace Global Ambassador. It came. When I was doing my PhD, I said I will become a professor in the next 6 years. So after that was 2018. Exact 6 years of my convocation. Here I am, professor. And president is coming. Whatever thing you put your heart into, if you don't give up, it will come to pass. It doesn't matter how long it will take, but I know as long as God preserves my soul, my life, and the people that surround me, my beautiful people all over the world, including yourself, we will make it happen. And that time, Nigeria, Africa will celebrate. They will celebrate. It's not just going to be a small celebration, because that is what we need now. And I'm trusting God for it, that 2027 is also coming, that Nigerians and Africans should wake up. They should desist from this old basket coalition, politicians. I actually call them politicians.
Politicians?
Thief.
Oh, so they are thieves?
Yes. Most of them. Majority of them. 99.9% of them.
You've run twice already?
Yeah.
The first one, on a different ticket.
Yes.
Party ticket.
On different party.
Yes. And then you changed the second time.
Yes.
Why?
Fine. Good. Towards 2019 election, we call ourselves presidential aspirant coming together. Packed. The story is out there. I was very wonderful, prominent individuals among them. We're so many. So we wanted to, Nigerians were actually asking us that, how many of you are going to be president at the same time? You guys come together, we need you, blah, 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 all sorts of. And okay, we came together and we did a coalition. That coalition produced a guy among us, and then, but that time, if I didn't know you were going to ask this question, I would have come with my, document. So we signed. I'm a man of my word by the grace of God. And that is why I know my family, if not everyone, but my family know me like that. I signed. So we signed, we about almost 15 or 20 thereabout. I signed that document that when we have presidential candidate among us that's going to be a front runner, we should not go back to our party. We should rally around and do what? And support the guy. So all of us from different political parties to support the guy. Okay. Myself and a particular guy, we're in that party, YPP precisely.
Right.
And his name is Kingsley Moghalu. So I was also one of the candidates, and we went to that place, and then after the whole scenario, Kingsley Moghalu went back to that party, but I remained because I've signed. I remain with other candidates that have signed. This time around, we've not done primary election of any political party. So that was why. So by the time I did that, the Secretary General or the Secretary whatever of that party removed me from the platform from the national platform, because I went to that coalition and I didn't come back to them. But I told them that because I have signed, I don't have any business with you. So I'm supporting whoever the coalition, produced.
Right.
You understand? So for the fact that I was removed from that national platform of that YPP, where you are not accepted or you are not welcome, you have to stay. So 4 of their stakeholders called me and they said, please, Favor, don't go to the media. And I'm saying it for the first time here from Ghana, unfortunately. They said, don't go to the media, they begged me, they're elderly people. And I said, okay, no problem. Let them do whatever they want to do. And that was what happened why I joined ADC. That I moved from YPP. It wasn't meant for, I would have remained in YPP. And ADC came, and then they did their whatever thing that is quite, it was so ugly. Because ADC was positioning itself, as a matter of fact, I went abroad everywhere to campaign and to project ADC. Because I believe, I was thinking that that's going to be a better alternative for Nigerians, and they were seeing it that way until the last saga, and they cut me off. Right there inside, the hall where we were doing primary election. And I walked out of it because they've already announced the name of the people that are going to be on the ballot for that day, and my name was removed.
Wow. So now you're coming back.
Yeah.
Stronger.
Yeah.
Better.
In the name of
bigger.
Amen.
Which party? Well,
we are gathering momentum. We are going to come up with our political party, and it's heavy out there, though I'm not going to mention the name, but I'm telling our fans, people, my friends, my colleagues all over the world, that is, watch out for a new party we are going to come up with. We are, having consultations here and there, and we believe that it's going to be a new kind of trajectory that's going to hit Nigeria very soon. So I'm saying to Nigerians that they should just take their mind away from all these, old cargoes, analog individuals. They have been into the system, former governor, former minister, former this, former that. And if you look at their history, every one of them, you see that you find a liar, or you find a thief, or you find this, you find that, kind of.
When we take a look at, so far, the people, contesting to become probably the flag bearer, or even become a president of Nigeria, Peter Obi stands very strong. Atiku also stands very strong. Do you agree?
Partially.
Partially?
Yeah.
Why?
Peter Obi, he has been consistent in his whatever he's dealing with, but I don't think he's actually the right candidate for Nigeria.
Why do you say this?
I know his fans, they may want to come after me, but I don't care. we don't just have to be biased in anything we are doing. I'm not a sentimental person. Without prejudice, I say it from here today, that Nigeria is matured enough to have a reasonable, better, visionary, candidate, president, leader that knows what it takes to redefine and to position Nigeria and Africa. I am the only person among them, even though it's not well known all over. I'm the only person strategically positioned in Africa, ditching out solutions. We know the problem. The problems are there. But what are the technical know-how? What are the mechanisms? What are the interventions?
I like that you've taken us to Africa. Now, let me take you to Togo. What is happening in Togo? There's unrest in Togo. President Asingbe has actually done some constitutional changes in there, which has caused unrest amongst the youth. What's your stance on it, and how do you think this can be solved?
Well, until there is what I call common sense leadership takes place. Let's have the feeling. Our leaders are not having human feelings. I don't know how long they are going to stay in that place. And power is not, there's not something to wrestle with. Power comes, and power should be handled with all sense of responsibility, carefulness, and at the same time, humanistically, defined. That is how power should be handled. Now, they are coming up and they are protesting. That is their right. Because what you come up with, your policy, just like Nigeria, your policy is not meeting the need of the people. You cannot be there for forever, and you think people will be happy with you. So I'm appealing to the leadership of Togo that they should reason together with the people. When I came in and I didn't greet you, my face is like a Tamagan face. You will just be looking at me now, who is this guy? Who is this? But you will turn to my facilitator and say, I don't think I can be friends with this person. That is what we are saying. Leadership, I know, is hard work, like I used to say. That's my definition for leadership. And I believe that if the leaders, if they are able to reason with their people, it's not something hard to do. Let us bring people on board. Let there be dialogue. Okay, you guys, what have I done? What is it that you think you know that I've done so wrong that you are now doing this? Blah. They will tell you, okay, how do you want me to change it? I think sometimes these leaders, they don't know what they are doing. They don't actually know the requisite of leadership. What will make leadership work? They don't have it. Solutions to problems. Solutions.
You are quite young. Do you think Nigerians are ready for a young person?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, you see, you are even smiling. Even Ghana, every African. Look at Abraham Traore. Very young guy. And I don't even consider myself young anymore. I'm 43. I'll be 44 by September 1st, 2005.
Nice.
44-year-old. No, I'm not that young. However, this is the age range that Nigerians are looking for. Not the age range per se. Who can deliver? Who can deliver this mess, this menace? Who can take us away from kakistocracy? Who can build a better Nigeria? Who can build a new Nigeria? Who has the solution? Who has the technical know-how, like I've said? And by the grace of God, I've done a lot for Africa, even though it's not shouting. I don't need it to shout there. We are strategic. We are doing what we know is best for Africa. And I'm telling you this, if I become the president of Nigeria today, write my word down. If I do not do that, you will come and stone me, and I will receive the stone. I'm going to unify Africa.
Okay. So you will unify Africa.
By the special grace of God.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
You're welcome.
We are so grateful that you made time for us this morning.
Thank you.
You can wrap up something small for your people watching you in 30 seconds.
Okay. I want to appreciate everyone watching me all over the world. This is a time, and when I say this is a time, it's not a political statement. It is the right time for us to stand up and to do what is, rightfully for us to do in terms of unifying Africa. Nigeria is a great country, and we want to make it happen. And thank you, and God bless.